Johnny, give a little backstory onto your history with agriculture. And because, I mean, we met, I just say it's a God thing. And we pretty much, we didn't meet at a bar, but we almost met at a bar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, kind of.
And so tell me a little backstory, just because some of the viewing audience in the podcast is not, wasn't at field day or what's on. So give us a little backstory on your history in agriculture.
Okay, 110% there. So born and raised in central Nebraska in a town called Ord. Blessed with a father that was very passionate about agriculture, and he's still the ag teacher. Been teaching in Ord for, I think it's 33 years now.
Wow.
So strong influence of education, strong influence of agriculture, and just always trying to do what's right. That's one thing both my parents instilled in me. Mm-hmm. So fast forward, heavily involved with FFA, that world. Went to the University of Nebraska, got my ag ed degree with a minor in agronomy and a minor in animal science, just because when I was...
So you like cows?
I don't know if... I enjoy cows.
Cooked?
But I would... preferably.
Thank you.
Yeah, medium rare. Yeah. But then, so did that, went to the university, came back to Ord and got my degree in ag ed. So I was an ag teacher with my dad for 5 years, which... Looking back, that was such a great blessing. And part of the reason why was, so I was teaching animal science, I was teaching food science, I was teaching soil science and plant science, and started to just make connections.
Yeah.
You talk about nutrition, like nutrient deficiency in humans, and what's been some common themes there. Well, it turns out that maybe our soils aren't releasing it. Well, if that means our plants don't have it, which then we feed our animals with, and it's just a cycle, right?
You're telling me it's a chain.
It's crazy. It's
we
crazy.
were meant to eat plants and animals that eat plants that is grown by dirt.
Yeah.
Which was caused by the asteroids. Thank you, Kirk.
Yes.
Kirk's from California, so question everything.
But yeah, so saw these connections.
Just caused by the asteroid. Thank you.
Yeah. So found these connections, was teaching. Then, of course, COVID happened, right? And us as teachers, we were still teaching, don't get me wrong, but then you're just sitting around. I think everybody could relate to that. Yeah. And, of course, I got to move 100 miles an hour, so I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to start reading. And just pulled up a bunch of books, started reading, finding even more connections. And while this time I was a ag teacher, I was also an agronomist during the summer. Now, my acres were really low. It was just enough for me to get my boots dirty, and help people out. But then after COVID happened, all my research, diving into stuff, figuring out stuff, started my own agronomy business and helping growers, trying to get a better return on their investment, try to make them more efficient. Then fast forward to last year about this time, I see this guy on a podcast that's holding, what is it, a turnip?
Yeah. Tillage radish.
Tillage radish.
It is massive.
Yeah, a massive tillage radish. And
yes.
I was like, oh, that way to farm, WTF. I thought that was very humorous. I was like, I'll take a listen here, because I was actually going to soil sample from Colorado to pretty much Omaha. There was a company I was working for that they wanted all those soil samples. So I was like, well, I got time here. So cranked on the first podcast, drove for 8 hours and just kept listening and getting caught up on your podcast. And then I called.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, listen to all your podcasts. I like what you're doing. Just get in touch. And I guess the rest is we meet in Omaha and close to a bar. And not exactly a bar, but close to a bar.
Close to a bar?
Yeah. And then,
and here we are today.
Yeah. Oh, in the middle of all this, I got some spray drones. Do some spray drone applications. Definitely know I'm an early adopter. That's just part of my DNA.
Johnny is a flight guy.
Yeah. I already said I need to get a helicopter.
He's going to fly my helicopter.
Yeah.
If I ever get a helicopter.
So don't make sure my wife doesn't see this, because we're still trying to get that through. So
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Notate. Right. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And wife and family, or wife or family still in Ord.
Yeah.
Cranking that through agriculture.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then heavily involved in Singular. And anyway, we're just on the same mission of trying to help farmers, which kind of dives us right into this. So, guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.